What's up, guys? Today I'm going to teach you why tracking your food always fails you, okay? And the reason is there is definitely a time and a place for tracking. You need to understand how your body responds to certain foods and the values of certain foods. The problem is that if you are dedicated to tracking on MyFitnessPal, or you're tracking your macros, or you're doing everything like that, you will fail if you ever stop tracking, right? And so you don't know how to go from tracking to sustaining without tracking. And so the problem is that tracking is really unsustainable, and we've all experienced this, okay? I used to track. I didn't ever really like the whole macro thing. I always thought that like we were not designed as human beings to have some sort of a device attached to us every time that we eat in order to lose weight. But I did create this simple tracking system. And I'm like, this feels more in line with who I am, and I can track this way, and it's just food groups, and it's not so intense, and I liked that, right? So I used to love tracking. Like, I found a simple way that worked, but then I had twins and I was trying to get my body back after twins, and the tracking thing was another layer that I did not have time for. And so what it did is it led to like this yo-yo thing where I was tracking sometimes and then I wasn't, and then I was tracking and then I wasn't, right? And I didn't understand that a calorie is not the same, right? There's that certain calories do different things in your bodies. And I had heard that before, but I never really understand what that meant until I decided to start going down the path of not tracking anymore. And the reason is, I heard this thing, oh my gosh, I was talking to this scientist, and he was telling me all about the body, and he was like, the problem with the weight loss industry is that hunger always wins, okay? And so the thing that we have to deal with is, how do we control our hunger? And once you realize how to do that, then you're not overeating, you're not over consuming because you're full and you're satiated. So even if you are tracking and you're doing calories or whatever, and you're eating things that aren't really addressing your hunger, then you're gonna be hungry all the time, and it's going to be a very, very, very dark and hard process for you. So hunger always wins. So here are 3 things that you should be tracking all the time that will help you lose weight, and you don't have to be attached to MyFitnessPal. You don't have to constantly be tracking calories. It's not sustainable. You won't do it, right? You won't do it. So the first thing to track always is a gallon of water. You can do this simply. You buy a water bottle on Amazon. I just got an amazing one. It's super cute, and you fill it up one time and you put it on your counter. You put it in your environment so that you look at it every single day and you can consume that, okay? That's so great. That's like, drink this. It's not like, oh my gosh, I gotta input this in my little app before I can put everything, and all of your consciousness and all of your thoughts are taken up by this little app that you have to like measure every single grain of everything that you're eating. No. Water is going to take care of so many issues for you, right? It takes care of if you're actually getting a dehydration signal, you'll feel hungry. So that gets taken care of, as well as water in your stomach makes you feel full. You don't overeat if you are drinking a gallon of water, and you're getting rid of all of these toxins, and it's just great. So track water. I know a gallon seems like a lot, but once you get in the habit of doing it, I promise you it's a game changer. It's night and day different, okay? Number 2 is sleep. Are you getting 8 hours of sleep? And I know that doesn't really seem like it makes a big difference, but if you don't sleep during the day, your cortisol levels go up, and cortisol prevents you from losing weight. And believe me, I thought that it was a joke until I started tracking, and I got this glucose monitor, and I would track, and the days that I was like in fat burning mode were the days that I got good sleep, and the days that I didn't get good sleep, my numbers, like I saw it on my glucose monitor. I saw myself going out of fat burning mode, and so that is really super important. The other thing that you want to track is fasting, okay? And before you say, oh my gosh, fasting is like anorexia, it's totally not. It's like a totally different feeling. So the whole point of fasting is to give your body breaks from digestion, okay? So if you can teach your body how to stop eating all of the time, your body will get used to it, and it will go in and feed you during this fasting state, this fasted state, with your fat storages, and you feel amazing, okay? In the beginning, it's gonna feel a little bit weird, but when you fast, not only do you access your fat storages, but you naturally don't really have to track anything because you're not overeating. If you're fasting until lunchtime, you're giving your body a beautiful break from digestion. You're not overeating in your eating window, and you're getting full and satiated with your meals. Now, if you focus on protein every single time that you eat, that is the thing that is going to signal your hunger signal. So remember how we said that hunger always wins? Protein will tell your brain that you are full. Cookies don't. If you eat a cookie, you have pleasure chemical that says, give me more, give me more, give me more. If you eat a steak, your body's like, I'm full, right? We are never on the couch on Saturday night eating a steak. We're not like, hey, and I'll have 10 steaks, please. I just can't stop, right? You will notice this. Please go track it out or go try it out. Go always focus on protein every single time that you eat. How can I eat protein first? How can I eat protein first? And you will notice that you don't overeat, that you get that satiety signal kicking in and you don't overeat. And it's amazing. And you don't have to worry about overeating and tracking and making sure that you're not gaining weight, because your fasting window takes care of that, as well as your satiety signal getting kicked in when you are focusing on protein. So the 3 things that help: track water, track sleep, and track fasting. And in your fasting window, or when like you are eating, every time you eat protein. And then you don't have to track it, everything. You don't have to track. It's awesome, right? So if you like this video, like and subscribe it so that I can do more and I can help you. My main intention for everybody, all of my clients, everybody in my Tone Up Challenge, is to free them from food, and so they don't have to track their whole lives. It is so unsustainable. It doesn't work. It totally doesn't work. Life happens, right? How many of us go on vacation and we're like, oh no, my macro count, right? It doesn't work. We are human beings. We can't live like that, and we weren't designed to live like that, right? In caves, people were like hunting all day, and they were totally fine. They didn't track anything, and they had so much strength, and they were like cruising in terms of how they were eating. And now all of a sudden we're like, we should track everything. That's the answer, and it's totally not the answer. So like, subscribe, and I will give you more tips and tricks along the way. You can totally do this. Stop tracking, start fasting, start drinking a gallon of water a day, and start eating protein with every meal. If you do that, it's a game changer. You will lose weight and you will not have to track anything. Yes? All right, bye. We'll see you later.